what's up, players? It's your homie C-Rod, and in today's video, I got a pretty awesome tournament battle. I'm on the left side, and I'm playing the Masked Saiyan, and on the right side, we got the new Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta GT deck, and of course, turns into Gogeta. And I got paired up with this man called Michael Kano at our local card shop, King Fandom. If you guys want to join us on Fridays, we are there. And check this out, we have a pretty darn epic battle getting ready for the Nationals. Is anybody hyped for the national event? I'm super hyped for that. And we start off drawing our cards and then of course setting up our 8 lives. And I wanted to play the Masked Saiyan because I love myself some starter decks, and I luckily won the die roll, so I'm gonna be going first. And my deck, the Masked Saiyan, is literally 2 starter decks put together and a couple black cards added into the mix. But for the most part, it's a pretty standard deck. And then we got the Gogeta deck on the right side. So let's see what happens here. And if you guys want to see more battles, tournament battles like this with commentating, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And let me know what plays I could have done better against this Super Saiyan Gogeta. So I start off using my leader's ability, where I get to place the top 3 cards from my deck in the drop area, and I get to take a life, which I did. And I'm going to use 1 energy to bring out my Masked Saiyan yellow card. That card, I could bring it out for any color energy since my leader is the Masked Saiyan and it's black. So let's see what the new Zenkai cards have in store for me today. I mean, these tournament battles are hard, guys. There's some pretty awesome prizing. You get some awesome tournament packs, and it looks like Son Goku and Vegeta GT toss out an energy, and let's see what he does. I mean, this is a battle that I played against Michael Kano. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a part of the Super Playaz team. He's very good, and he's topped many events. And I think he was 3rd place champion of the Asian Nationals. So he has one of those golden Vegeta cards. So if you guys don't know what Vegeta and Goku do pretty much when he combos, he's able to look at the top 3 cards, add himself a red card, and he gets to add it to his hand. And I go ahead and take that hit. And then after, you get to put the card in your Zenkai. That's why you see that Vegeta right next to the leader, because after the combo, you can now place cards in your Z energy, which is right next to the leader. So now it's my turn. I toss out an energy, and I'm thinking here, what could I do? He left an energy up because he's probably going to be playing very defensive. And I start off by bringing out my Goku, Xeno Goku, and I'm going to go ahead and attack the leader with this move. And if my opponent activates a counter, I'm able to force him to warp a card. And I'm going to go ahead and use his ability to take a life, so he gains a 10k boost, so he's 15k straight to the leader. And it looks like Michael Kano, which is the Goku and Vegeta player, take the hit, dropping himself down to 7. And I'm already at 5 lives, guys. I'm taking my own lives here. So I'm going to go ahead and attack. I take a life. My Masked Saiyan is now a 15k attack as well. And let's see what he does. It's looking like he wants to combo out of this attack, or maybe he wants to take the hit. The effect where he gets to combo and search is only once per turn. So he's not going to be able to do that multiple times. And it looks like Michael Kano, which is the Vegeta player, just takes that hit. So now it's my thought process here. I'm going to go ahead and use the ability of the Masked Saiyan. Since I milled a color card, he now gains a power boost. I milled 2, and I luckily hit a black card, so my Masked Saiyan gains a power boost and crit. I'm going to awaken, and the power boost stays on it. I restand a card, and I draw a card. Then on the awaken side, I'm going to mill 3, 1, 2, and 3, and I'm able to bring out the Kai and the Vegeta for free since I milled it with an ability. That's their effect. If I mill it from the deck with an ability, they get to come out for free onto the field. And now my Mass Saiyan is attacking 20k crit to the leader, and if my opponent activates a counter, which he did not, I am able to force him to warp. But since he didn't, I slapped down 1 energy. I use the black Kamehameha Wave SS4 extra card bazooka that gives my leader a 15k boost and double strike. So my leader is now 35k double strike critical. I'm going hard in the paint here, guys. I'm going straight for the W. So I go in 30k double strike crit. You already know my favorite move is double strike, double strike, double strike crit. So I had to play this Mass Saiyan deck. Like I said, the deck I build is pretty much 2 starter decks with a little bit of black cards splashed in there, but the majority is just the starter decks. So if you want to go to a tournament, I recommend highly. Oh, he takes the double strike crit. And now I'm going to go in with another attack from my Vegeta that I got out onto the field for free since I milled it. And now my opponents have 4 lives. My opponent has not used the combo ability to search yet. Let's see what he ends up doing here. It looks like he said no counters. I'm going to go ahead and add a double strike, going to 29, 34 double strike, and 34 double strike. I'm really trying to kill him fast here. This is barely... my opponent only has 1 energy here. So I'm going to 29, 39, 49 double strike to my opponent, because I'm trying to get him down to 2 lives so then I can finish him off next turn. Let's see what he does. Will he survive that attack? That Kai is a 10k boost combo if I have 5 cards in my hand, which I do. So I go in 29, 39, 49 double strike. Will he take it, or will he combo out of this attack? This is where it starts getting tricky for my opponent. Does he want to be at 2 lives, and does he want to get killed next turn? So I'm going hard in the paint with this Vegeta player right here. The Vegeta and Goku player. I really want to kill those SS4s as fast as possible before they start drawing a humongous hand and it starts getting very difficult for me to beat them. Because the Mass Saiyan is a type of deck where you go in hard in the paint and you try to kill them. And if you don't kill them hard in the paint, well, you lose steam and you end up losing. So I'm really trying to go hard here. And Michael Connell, like I said, has that 3rd place Asian prizing golden Vegeta card. If you guys haven't seen our Mystic Box opening, he's featured and he shows off that card where we get that card signed by Chris Abbott. And he takes those 2 hits, guys. He takes those 2 hits. I'm going to go ahead and overwhelm 6 and bring a 30k beater onto the field. I'm going to go ahead and attack him with a 30k swing. And it's looking like... It's getting very tough. It's getting tough. It's getting very tough. Oh, there goes the Violent Rays. The Violent Rays negates the attack, and it looks like he warped the card from his hand because of my Goku Xeno that's on the field, the 1 cost. If my opponent activates a counter, they have to warp a card from their hand. So it's looking like he negated. I end my turn. My Overwhelm leaves the field, and then it goes back to my opponent. Just like that, guys, I dropped them down to 2 lives. This Mass Saiyan deck is extremely powerful. I've been able to kill a bunch of the meta decks with this Mass Saiyan deck. Believe it or not, in 2 turns, I did some damage. I took 2 criticals, and I brought him down to 2 lives. But it's looking like he's going to bring out his Unison, which allows him to pick up the top 3 when it's played. The Gogeta, which is one of the best looking cards in my opinion. He has the special rare. And he gets to add himself a red card to his hand and place the rest at the bottom of the deck. And he's going to go ahead and use the Gogeta's ability +2 to bring out a 1 cost onto the field in rest mode. And he brings out the Goku GT, and that Goku GT is able to look at the top 5 cards and add himself a Saiyan card, and he gets himself the Super Saiyan 4. Now, it starts getting a little difficult for me to kill him when he starts getting a humongous hand, and my hand is not very big. So my goal right now is to try to see what I could do here and finish him off next turn before I end up dying. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta deck is one of the strongest decks in the meta right now. I would say it's top tier without a doubt. And he's attacking me, and it's looking like he's going to combo since his leader does let him combo cards that are in rest mode, which is pretty busted in my opinion. And I take that hit, and I drop myself down to 2 lives if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what happens here. He awakened on me, he restood, he drew, and he still has another attack he could go in with. It's looking like he's attacking my leader yet again. He's trying to pressure me so I don't take my lives, because if I take my lives, I could cause more damage next turn. And of course, when he attacks, he gets to draw a card and play out a 1-cost Saiyan in rest mode, and then he gets to combo that card in rest mode. That Super Saiyan 4 deck is completely nuts. And I'm going to go ahead and go 25 and combo out because my Kai is a 10k boost, and I throw it in my Z energy right after. It's starting to become a very difficult situation for me right now, but he ends his turn. This is where I have to kill him. I was hoping to draw into a double striker, but I didn't draw into a double striker, so it's looking like I'm gonna have to do small pokes. I know that I have to try to kill him now, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack first, take a life. Oh, I was at 4 lives, now I'm at 3, then 2. I'm at 2 lives right now. I go 15k. He uses the Goku, which gives it a 5k combo for the remainder of the turn, so now Goku and Vegeta are 20,000. So I'm going to go ahead and use the ability. I mill, and I'm able to luckily hit 2 cards off of my mill. I bring out the Trunks, and I bring out the Kai. And in response, he counters me and brings out his Kai, which stops all my 1-cost from being able to attack. And that right there literally killed my entire turn, because I was going to go in with the Mass Saiyan, take another life, and restand. So all my 1-cost for the remainder of the turn are unable to be used. And then on counter window number 2, he brings out the Yamcha and minuses 2 cards on the field, killing my Kai and minusing my Vegeta, making it only a 4k attacker. Very bad turn for me. I should have not brought anything out. I should have already known that Yamcha was going to come out. I didn't expect the Kai, but the Yamcha I should have been prepared for. So since he activated a counter, he had to warp a card from his hand with the Xeno Goku. But it's looking like it didn't really hinder him so much because he does have a pretty big hand. So my 1-cost cannot attack, so I'm going in with an attack with Super Saiyan 3, my leader, Mass Saiyan, and I combo, and it's looking like he combos out because his Vegeta and Goku Super Saiyan 4 are at 20k for the remainder of the turn, which is a pretty busted ability as well. So I'm going to go ahead and overwhelm and mill 3 more, and I mill my super combo, and of course I mill my Unison. Luckily I got a Unison. So the Unison, when it's milled with an ability from my deck, I get to bring it out. So I'm going to go ahead and +2 to my Unison, and I get to discard a card from my hand, and now my Unison can attack because it's a 15k swing now. So I'm thinking here, how could I kill him? He's at 2 lives and his leader is at 20k. I go in with an attack and he just uses Wolfang Fist for free because he has a Unison. He's able to just kill my attacking Vegeta. Very unfortunate for me. It's looking like he has all the counters to stop my deck. And that's the issue with the pre-sighting before playing a tournament. But it is what it is. So I go in with a 20 and I go in 25 to my opponent, and I'm trying to dwindle his hand down, and he combos out yet again, going to 30. That 5k boost for the remainder of the turn is pretty nuts. If it wasn't for that, I think I would have been chilling, but that 5k boost for the turn, Sensu Bean style, is nuts. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Spirit Boost, take a life, restand my leader, and now the Mass Saiyan gets played onto the field for just 1 energy. That's the activate main of the Mass Saiyan. And when the Mass Saiyan is played, my opponent could either let it be played, and he's a dual attacker, or he bottom decks a life. And it's looking like he lets my Mass Saiyan come out onto the field instead. And the only reason I did this is because I really want to take another chance to maybe draw into a Champa so I could dump my hand. So I draw 15k attack. I wish my leader would have gained that power boost, but unfortunately I didn't hit a color card. So I'm going in 15k to my opponent, and I'm in desperate measures here. I'm gonna go in with 20k, see what happens, and he combos out and he charges it in his Zenkai. That's why he puts it on the side. And I charge my Zenkai cards as well. It's starting to get difficult for me, guys. My hand is very low, and he's only at 2 lives, but his hand's very low too. So I just needed to believe in the heart of the cards. My hand right now is not looking too pretty, so it's starting to get tough for my starter deck. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and use Katsukai, which I probably should have done earlier, but I didn't draw it, I think. So I bottom deck 2 cards, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw 2 cards with Katsukai. I should have done that first, and I draw complete butt. Unfortunately, nothing, no double strike, no power boost. I was looking for a super combo at the very least, but nothing. That's the problem when you play these mill decks. It's all random, it's all chance. So he combos out of that attack yet again, but my Mass Saiyan is a dual attacker, so I'm gonna go ahead and use 1 energy to bring out my Vegeta. And I don't have to take a life, but I get to bottom deck a card and draw a card when that Vegeta Z battle card comes out. And I drew into the Champa. Oh, a little too late. If I would have drawn it earlier, I would have dumped my entire hand and killed. But I just didn't draw into the Champa until last turn. So I'm going in with 20k, and that's all I got. And he goes 25. And I am going to pass my turn. That's my big push. The only card left in my hand was a Champa, which is a double striker, which deals 2 damage. And if I would have drawn that earlier, I could have attacked and dumped my whole hand, and I probably would have won. But that's how the game goes. If I just don't draw the Champas, I just don't win. So it's looking, I'm at 1 life, guys. I'm at 1 life right now. And I mean, Michael Kano still has a fat hand. That Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta deck is busted. He's going to go ahead and use the Gogeta ability to rest his card. Play his card rested for free. He attacks, he draws a card, and he plays another card rested, which is pretty nuts. And then he draws a card again. Oh my god, that Super Saiyan 4 deck is just too much draw power. So he combos, he brings out a card with the ability, and he goes 25, 35, and I only got 1 card in hand. So I take that last hit, and I get obliterated. I went hard in the paint, but I just didn't draw the double strike. It is what it is. I wanted to showcase this battle because people love starter decks, and I want to show people that your starter decks can actually do some damage. Of course, the newest hype meta decks are always having an advantage, but for the most part, you could do some damage with the newest starter decks for sure. Huge advice, play the new starter decks. If you guys like this video, hit me a like, subscribe, follow us for more awesome videos. And if you guys want to catch the King Fandom, that's where we're at, playing on Fridays. And we're going to call it a wrap, like we always say. Y'all stay super. Peace out, people.